Hey guys, welcome back to Conclave Geek. I'm Adam, as usual. Today on the show with me, I have Lionel.
How's it going?
Today we're going to be doing a review on the Suicide Squad movie from last weekend. Hopefully you guys have had time to watch it by now. If not, fair warning, there are going to be some spoilers in this review video. Lionel, what did you think about the movie?
First of all, thank you for having me on. I have a lot of mixed reviews over here. Been a big DC fanboy for a long time in my life, and this is a very anticipated movie ever since how mediocre Batman vs Superman was. So I had good hopes going in, and honestly, I can't think of a lot of good things that came out of this movie. One of the few things, it's like, I don't know if this is a good thing or if it's a bad thing, but it's a lot of wasted potential, in my opinion. Could have had great characters, great cast, great castings for most of these parts, and I just feel like you had 2 or 3 shine through on, and then the rest either weren't focused enough or you didn't see much of them.
Right.
And I guess this ties along with my bad, but that was one of my main picks about it. I'll go more into detail about it. The one good thing I had was like that shot where that scene where Deadshot was just on the car wasting people left and right was amazing.
When he finally starts letting it out.
He was just going out, going hard, and then it's like, it's a great action scene. It's like, man, if more of the movie was like this, it would have been great. Like, great action scene, a lot of potential that was missed too upon that. Like, seeing if they could do that, like, you could have gone on a lot further, but, you know, they really dropped the ball on a lot. Kind of going with the bad was, the way this flows is really weird. Like, you can tell, like, oh man, like, you know, we're paying a lot for Will Smith, we're paying a lot for Margot Robbie. We need to have those scenes at the beginning to, like, let you know who they were, and it was just, like, to me, it just didn't flow right. Felt, like, out of place. It didn't fit the style, and because you got that little moment of, like, humor, and then you get this, like, serious moment where, like, Amanda Waller just shows up to have, like, steak, fashionably late as fuck, and then I'm going to tell you expositionally what we're going to do right now. And then it was very exposition heavy on, like, introducing the characters. It was kind of cool, but then it's like, you can obviously tell, like, it's heavy on the people, like, oh yeah, you're only going to see these 2 people.
Right.
We're not going to, you know, we got other guys, but you're here for Will Smith because we're paying him probably the most, and then so on and so forth.
You're also here for Margot Robbie because Margot Robbie.
Because it's to get the stray meals in.
Exactly.
So, like, a lot of, like, you had good humor working, and then sometimes you just feel awkward. To me, it didn't flow concise. And I was talking to my cousin about this. It felt a lot like this was DC's version of Ant-Man, where they thought it was going to be funny, they thought it was going to be different.
Right.
But in the end, like, you can see there's problems with it, with a lot of pacing with it as well.
I said right after the movie, I thought it was really their Guardians of the Galaxy. It was kind of their, you know, we're going to do a funny movie, there's going to be a little bit of action here and there in it, but ultimately we're kind of going for the comedic relief of the movies.
Right. Yeah, and like, you can tell, like, even with a lot of the trailers, like, oh, this is what they're going for.
Exactly.
But on paper, like, when you see it in theaters, I feel like it was just kind of like Ant-Man. It was like, we're trying to do that funny, quirky, different type, well, not quirky, but trying to do something funny, different, and you can see where it fails. Like, a lot of flowing issues, a lot of pacing issues, a lot with that. Another part was, like, what's her name? The evil character.
Claire Delevingne, the Enchantress?
Yes, Enchantress. It was like, the way she's introduced was amazing. Like, you just see her put her hand on the table, just flips over, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. But then, like, in the end, it was just like, she looked cool, but, like, I don't understand why she was, like, being all Shakira over here, dancing, and then, like,
her hips did not lie towards the last.
Yeah, and it was like,
movie,
yeah,
for sure.
It just became a CGI fest.
It did.
And I don't know, like, I feel like it could have been something different, it could have been something better, but the ball was really dropped on her, too.
I understand that. A lot of people have had mixed reviews. Lionel, you know, obviously saw a little bit more of the bad parts of the movies. I went in hoping for, you know, a knockdown, drag 'em out, you know, movie. I was expecting a comic book, and that's exactly what I got. And in that sense, I was very happy. You know, all in all, I think the storyline and the characters were brought forth in a very, very unique way, especially how it showed the dossier for every person. I loved on Deadshot how it just kind of like kept going down with all of the different weapons that he actually has. You know, one of the spoilers, and for the people that haven't moved it, I apologize. Apparently during Harley Quinn's, when it showed her dossier during the bio, a big thing that everybody's talking about is it says that she killed Robin.
Right.
So, whether or not she killed Robin or she's taking the fall for the Joker is yet to be seen in the movies. I don't know if David Ayer or Zack Snyder have had anything to say about that part yet, but I'm really interested to see kind of where it goes. As far as comparing the characters to the comic book, I think they did a really good job. Margot Robbie really brought it home for me with Harley Quinn, especially when coupled with Jared Leto's Joker. I know a lot of people had mixed feelings about the Joker that was going to be portrayed in this by Jared Leto, but I had high hopes for it the whole time. I loved when you saw her in her Harley Quinn costume, and they did the whole Alex Ross moment where they just paid cameo. That was the best cameo, cameo that could have come forth in that movie.
Easter egg.
Absolutely. Also, the whole Ace Chemicals thing, they didn't bring in...
It ties a lot with her New 52.
Exactly. They didn't bring her storyline into the whole thing until the New 52. Before that, she had just been brought mad, by the Doctor, went from Dr. Harleen and became Harley Quinn. All in all, I enjoyed the movie. I will say this. The cinematography at points really, really upset me. I didn't like how it was shot a couple times. I didn't like how things were set up in the film. Andre from Press Play Reviews said that it lacked kind of a foundation as far as the storyline goes. Enchantress, yes, they brought her, they introduced her really well, but I feel they kind of robbed her of the potential for the awe-inspiring, storyline. Yeah. Scarlet Witch in Civil War, she doesn't really have a very mystical, witchy background that we've seen, so I think it was kind of exciting to see that brought in, the mysticism of the DC universe.
And I think what's kind of cool about the Marvel thing is the fact that you don't know about it kind of makes it more interesting.
Exactly.
Or want it tied in. And then with this, they were kind of leading on the right way, but in the end it just felt really wrapped up. And it was she can do magic. Just watch out for her. She's building an army.
I would have enjoyed
take on everyone, and it's
I would have enjoyed seeing Enchantress first, seeing her potential, and then learning about her after the effect, kind of, a wrap up at the end of the movie, she was started off as June Bloom, she was very normal, yada, 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 and then she became the Enchantress, and we learn about the whole thing at the end. Ultimately, the movie felt very choppy at times. I felt they had, there's already been said that David Ayer shot it one way and then the studio wanted it done another way. So the way that we saw it in films and that the way the producers saw it originally are two different movies.
Totally different. Yeah.
I'm really hoping that on the DVD they're going to really they'll show you the other version that was shot. Yeah, the Joker cut, exactly. The one that I think a lot of people were going into. I felt that was one thing. A lot of people felt they were robbed of Joker in the film. However, Joker's not a part of the Suicide Squad, but everybody was still, I think that's what most people were going for.
I wasn't too bummed about that because I kind of figured it's it's going to be it's a marketing tool. It's just trying to get filled in the seats.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I didn't go too in high hopes for a lot of Joker, a lot of things like that. My opinion, he wasn't too bad.
I liked him. I thought he was a good Joker.
The more I think about it, I was just very antsy going in, and then I sat down and watched him. At first, I didn't like the whole fact that he's his mob boss,
right?
And he has all this money and everything. Because when we see him for other portrayals, it's he doesn't care about the money, he doesn't care about anything. He just wants to fuck the system over.
Exactly. He's there to watch the world burn.
And then that's what made him a great character before. And now it's you kind of take a lot of that away. And then I feel he had his moments where he shined, where he looked pretty good, but there are times where it's he just had his mouth open and it was oh, did you see I have a grill.
Teeth. Did you see my tattoos?
Yeah, just because you didn't know if I was crazy enough, I have tattoos that say I'm crazy. So
I'm really enjoying seeing all over Reddit though when people are laughing now. They're
and then
the whole mouth laugh thing.
And I know in the newer comics they portrayed him with a lot of tattoos and everything, which that's fine and everything. But it's I feel when you're using that as a clutch to make him seem how crazy he is, it's you're kind of insulting our intelligence.
You're pushing it too much.
Yeah, you're pushing too much. So it's I feel take some tattoos away, maybe take the messed up teeth, or give him one little Joe Pesci from Home Alone tooth.
Right.
Would have been good, but not the whole grill.
Yeah, he looked a little too Paul Wall for me, but all in all, I thought the movie, I give it an 8 over 10. I enjoyed the movie. I will definitely be seeing it again. I'll definitely be buying it. I am, however, really expecting a lot more come Justice League and The Flash. DC really needs to bring it home for me. Civil War, I think, kind of set the bar for superhero movies right now, and it's going to be really hard to beat. But I know DC has the potential to do it. I just haven't seen it yet. So
yeah, and I think that's one of the frustrating things is like you've seen how successful Marvel's been. That if they kind of drop the ball in one movie, like Ant-Man for example, like it's not as detrimental as it is like a major movie where DC's trying to play this huge game of catch up. They're losing, and you want them to do good, and it's frustrating, but they're trying to get there. This one of the things I did notice, like if you're a fan of like the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, there's a great episode where they do the Task Force X,
Yeah.
and it's the, like 4 members, and
Argus
the whole
is brought in and the
exactly, and like the whole thing is like the Avengers. I'm sorry, wow, Marvel.
wow.
Justice League is gone on a mission, and so you're left with like the D Squad on base, and then the Task Force S like in X intro like Task Force. I can't even say it. Task Force X like breaks in. They sneak in onto the base to steal like some planes
I know
behind
exactly
that.
what episode.
Honestly, like if you just blow it up, that would have been a much better movie right there.
That would have. I think to do that though, they would have had to do Justice League before, just to be able to bring
and
in
like, well, see,
more of a
and this is
storyline.
what kind of frustrates you the most. It's like, if DC would have played their cards right from the beginning, you could have had this movie after the Justice League.
Absolutely.
Like the whole movie, Justice League could take place, and then like this happens while they're gone.
Yeah.
But it's like it's just irritating seeing like them trying to catch up, trying to outpiss Marvel in this pissing contest, and if they would just take a step back, just realize what they're doing, they could still do as well as they're doing, but
Sure.
they don't refuse it. I don't like traditional rating systems. I just feel like it's hard to put a number on something you see or anything you do. It's kind of worth seeing if you like DC. Like a lot of DC people that I know love it. That love DC. I'm sorry. Have seen the movie. They like it. Everything like that. It's worth seeing. Like if you know about DC and anything, go watch it. Just if you still haven't seen it, go watch it. If you want to wait, maybe like try and see when your theater has like the cheaper seats, cheaper
your dollar
tickets.
theater
Yeah,
there.
your dollar theaters. Go then. You won't be as disappointed if you waste like a lot of money on it. So maybe Redbox didn't wait, but it's not bad. It's just like it's upsetting. Like I wanted this to do good. I had hopes for it even like before when everyone's saying like how Batman v Superman sucked. I was like, nah, this is gonna be good. They got this, but that's my take on it, anyways.
Guys, check out the official review for it over at Press Play Reviews. I know Andre has done his initial review as well as seen it a couple more times. I think he's seen it like 4 times now, possibly. He's got a bunch of good things and a couple bad things to say about the movie. Check out what he has to say as well as what we had to say, and stay tuned for the rest of our videos, guys. Thanks.
Bye.